Rekord with Big C and his trusty companion, Jazzy Jeff.
Oh, I like the Jazzy Jeff on his own there.
I'm the
Jazzy
own
Jeff,
one.
you're
I'm
on your own.
famous.
You are famous. You are definitely famous. You always get mentioned first anyway, don't you? It's
I
Jazzy Jeff
know, that's a bit odd,
and
really.
Stinky Pete.
I feel a bit sorry
Alphabetical
for
order.
Pete for that, really.
It's alphabetical order, I'm sure. Or
That'll be it.
in order of importance. I won't say which way though.
Is that why you're always first?
That's true. Yeah, I pay Shaggy a little bit extra under the counter to have my name mentioned first. Welcome. A week off. We were there last week, weren't we? It was a week before.
Yeah.
Last week we did a US chart, a Hot 100 chart from 1974, I should say.
I think
And
US stood for useless, doesn't it?
no, it was fine. You did all right, I thought, and I did give you a lot of clues, but I think I was always going to give you a lot of clues for the Hot 100. At least it wasn't Bulgaria or wherever it is. I was going to say somewhere that probably doesn't exist, like Burma or
Botswana or something.
yeah, and Burma isn't Burma anymore, is it? It's another country.
My
No, yeah. Where's Eritrea? Where's that one?
It's in Africa, isn't it?
Yeah, but it used to be another country.
Oh, I've got no idea.
No. Oh, okay. Well, that started the show. We've got no idea. We don't know. As Stinky Pete would say, we talk shit, and that's what we do. And Stinky Pete is not with us today, as you may well have seen and heard. He is off doing family stuff, I believe, for a few days.
Yep. He's
Gone
in
up north.
the second most northern county, I believe.
The second most northern county. Okay, so the most northern is
Cumbria.
Is it Cumbria? Yeah, or does it go up higher on the east coast?
It's the most northern on the west side is Cumbria.
Yes,
I don't know whether County Durham is further north on the east side. It might be.
Well, this is an interesting geographical start we've had to the show today.
Well, at least we know where they are compared to Eritrea, where we don't know where they is.
No, that's very true. No, I know that Rhodesia became Zimbabwe, but that was quite a long time ago.
A long time ago. Ian Smith.
That's him. Right, okay, so how you been, Jeff? All right?
I'm dirty, Phil. Phil? I don't know where Phil came from. I'm dirty.
No.
We have had no water for 3 days.
Phil McCafferty. Ben Dune and Phil McCafferty.
I know idea where Phil came from. So there's been a big water burst, but we've been on the BBC News and everything. It's just on the edge of the East End, and there are 10 postcodes that haven't got water.
Oh, really? Or in the East End?
Of which we are one, so it comes out this far.
So you haven't got water?
I haven't had it for 3 days.
No water? Good grief.
You don't want to come here, I tell you.
No, I can smell you from here, mate.
It's not nice.
That isn't nice.
We've had to be buying bottled water, and we got a little bit today for a while, but it's gone off again now.
God, that's horrible. In this heat as well. I read that we're going to have temperatures that, I mean, no great shock. They said we got the hottest summer on record at the moment, although last year's was pretty hot. This year's will be the hottest ever if we just have, unless we just have average temperatures for this time of year for the rest of August, then we will have the hottest ever. But I thought I read somewhere that it's going to be 38 degrees tomorrow in the UK, East Anglia.
35 down here, they reckon.
35. Oh, you said East Anglia and the southeast, and the Midlands. We're going to be.
It's usually like just outside West London, but that gets hottest, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Heathrow's
sort of like, normally pretty hot.
That Legoland area, you know.
Well, yeah, Heathrow turn that way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Heathrow's normally very hot. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, let's hope for the best because we don't want to have too bad. The weather is weird. We had the fan on all night the other night, and then last night it was a bit chilly.
You had your pajama top on, didn't you?
Had me what top on?
Pajama top. Pajama top on.
Yeah, pajama tops. Yeah, had my jammies on.
Get the windshit out.
Well, in Pete's absence, we know he's not. We had to discuss what we're going to talk about tonight on the show without him. And one of the options, and we plumped for it in the end, it was something that Stinky Pete suggested, actually, given he hates madness, right? For a start,
Right.
we know that. And he said, what about doing madness or ska music in general? I presume he's not a great fan of ska music in general. So that's what we've gone
Yeah,
for.
it is.
And we don't know a huge amount of this stuff, do we?
Well, this is one of these interesting things where I knew very little about the actual style of music and the history of it. So for once in my life,
You haven't done some
I
research.
I did.
Oh
I did
my
some
word.
research. I know, because I was thinking of all these bands that we're going to talk about, and without a doubt, some of them will come up. Thinking like, what's that about? Why? Where from? How? You know, and what makes it different to reggae, basically.
Well, that was a question I was going to ask you. You may have an answer to that if
I
you've done
do
some
have an
research.
answer. I do
Okay, all
have
right.
an answer.
I look forward to hearing that. But it is, as a general rule, ska music. I know you love a dance, don't you? We
Love
know
a
that.
dance.
You've had a lot of dance songs on the show that you've requested in the morning show on CBW Radio. And ska music is quite happy, isn't it? Generally, would you say quite
Ska,
jolly,
yes, yeah.
dance,
It's
danceable?
it's almost unserious. Is that a word?
I think
Non-serious.
it should be, even if it isn't.
Unserious. Not
Yes,
serious.
it's
Let's go
not
with not
serious. Will
serious.
do. Yeah.
It's almost deliberately not serious as a style of music. That doesn't mean
It's,
it's not good music. It means it has a jocular edge to it, which is deliberate.
oof, we love a
Oh,
jocular edge. We
we
love a
do.
jocular edge. We do. Would it be fair to say it almost it almost is like almost a parody of reggae in a way, or not? It's
Well,
not really a
no,
parody.
it absolutely isn't.
Nothing like it. Okay.
Well,
I,
it's
I
very
feel
like it, but it's not.
there's going to be some overlaps, I'm sure, with some of these artists.
With some of the songs that we talk about later, I think there
Yeah.
will be a huge amount of overlaps. Mainly because I don't know of very many, and you would have chosen the same ones as I know because I only know the ones that are famous.
Okay. Well, I've chosen a few famous songs and a few less famous songs. Some from more recently, and I say more recently. It's still probably in the last century. I don't know whether there's too many scar stuff in the 21st century.
I
Scar
genuinely
rock,
don't know.
scar ski rock or
There's a
something.
bit of
Surf rock.
didn't what's his name? Paolo Nutini did a bit of that sort of thing, didn't he?
What,
He did.
like pencil
He
full of
did.
lead sort of stuff or not? No, that's not
Yeah,
ska.
that sort of thing.
I suppose it is in a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit. It's a little bit scarty. But
You know.
ska is a very, very small genre,
Mm,
and developed into two other things along the way. So
it's
interesting.
good that it's spread out a bit because we'll have more, maybe more songs to talk about, and
We will have a lot more songs.
there'll definitely be some overlaps on some of the songs.
I'm pretty
Um,
certain that an awful lot of songs that we're going to speak about are probably not ska.
you don't think?
Having
Okay.
done this little bit of research, I'm pretty certain they aren't.
Well, okay. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? The songs that we do discuss tonight for the ska genre are not actually ska. So that's a wonderful start. This is what people tune in for.
It's
Just
the whole reason they listen.
rabbiting
Like,
on, talking shit, basically.
two or three fat old blokes who know nothing about what they're talking about.
No, exactly. Okay. So this research that you've done, sir, ska music as a genre.
Shall I tell you what I've learned?
What have you learned?
Okay, so I had always assumed that ska was actually quite old, that it went back to the 1920s.
Oh, I don't think so. No.
Well, you're right. It doesn't. It goes
No.
back to the mid to late 50s. It is only as old as Stinky Pete himself.
That's still old.
Well,
Let's
it
be
is old.
fair.
It's very old.
It's all relative.
So basically, so the way that this works, and I'll just grab it for a minute until
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get bored. And then you can
I'll
go,
never get bored. Never get
oh, I
bored
didn't
hearing
know
your
that,
voice.
or good Lord, that's exciting, isn't it? So ska starts in Jamaica, okay?
Yes, I agreed.
And it starts in the mid to late 50s, while in the States, we're rock and rolling is in full swing.
Yeah.
But in Jamaica, they're still playing mento, which is the local folk music. Okay.
It's like calypso.
Well, calypso is a different sort of folk music.
Okay.
And they were doing that. Mento, you know a mento song. We all know a mento song. And we've all sung it as kids, without a doubt.
A mento song. It does sound like a sweet, like a mint, doesn't it? A mento.
It does.
What?
Yeah.
Or was that Mintos? Maybe they were
There was
Mintos.
Mintos. It was Mintos, but it does sound very similar. One
Very
less difference, I believe.
Yes. All
So,
right.
do you remember? I can't remember who did it. I think it was. It might have been Harry Belafonte. I can't remember who did it. Do you remember Dale? No.
No, I don't remember that.
Do you remember Dale?
Daylight come and I want to go home. Yeah.
That's the one.
That's the the full title is what is it? It's something song, isn't it?
Yes. It is.
It's not called Deo, but yeah, okay.
That is a mento song.
Okay.
So the whole concept of it is it's basically acoustic based, and it is deliberately humorous.
The Banana Boat song. That's what it's
Banana
called.
Boat song. That's it.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. So a whole bunch of mento musicians and the calypso musicians in Jamaica start listening to the rock and roll stuff going on in the States and the R&B stuff that's coming out of the States. And then they go, actually, we can amalgamate these into our own music. And ska basically is born. Okay? And it gets its name. I love this one. This is really good. It gets its name from the sound.
Rhythm. I was going to say the rhythm or something from the
yeah, it's the sound of the plectrum against the string.
Ah, right. Okay.
So it's that that you get, and they all go, "No, that sounds like ska." So it's called ska, but it's intentionally really upbeat. Like it is fast, choppy sound, and this is all done on the basic of on the upbeat of a 4/4 piece of music. Okay.
When you say the upbeat, you mean the offbeat, or do you mean
no, I don't, and there's the difference between ska
and reggae?
Yeah. So it's done on the upbeat. So if you just go with this for a second, and anyone listening to this is going to go, "What is this man talking about?" Yeah. Right. So when you're counting in 4/4, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That's how it works. When you've got an upbeat, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
There you go. That's the upbeat.
Okay.
So the ska rhythm is on that upbeat. It doesn't mean that it's played upwards on the instrument, top to bottom. It means it's played on the upbeat. There you go. So
as opposed to reggae, which is on the offbeat.
Offbeat. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So Prince Buster and the Scartalites, I love that name.
Yes.
Are the big and popular things. And they start to form this thing, and the whole thing is underpinned with a walking bass.
You love a walking bass, I'm sure, Jeff.
I do love a walking bass.
Yes.
And that's it. The big hit, and we'll talk about this a bit later because I will choose it. The big ska hit of the early time is
the first one ever, right? Basically,
no, the biggest hit.
The biggest hit was this. Was this My Boy Lollipop?
It was. It was My Boy Lollipop. So Millie, well done.
Yep.
Millie has the big hit, and suddenly everyone's talking about ska.
Mm-hmm.
If we go forwards 40 years to the two-tone revival in this country, okay, and when we start to get special selector, beat, madness, bad manners, all of that lot, actually only 2 of them are really ska bands.
Really?
Okay. That is Madness and Bad Manners.
Interesting. Okay. That will upset Pete.
Interestingly, they're the 2 from London.
Ah.
So, move on from ska as a progression. People going, hold on, this is really hard work to dance to. And unless you're very fit, you can't do it for very long. And we in Jamaica are all very laid back. And although we can do it for a little while, we need to slow this down.
Right.
So they slow it down, get a bit more soul-y sort of thing. Instead of being 135, 155 beats a minute, it drops down to 75 to 100 beats a minute. And instead of a walking bass underpinning it all, they then have a riff bass underpinning it all. And it's called rock steady.
Okay, you call that reggae then? Rock steady?
No,
basically.
no.
It's another one.
So this is still on the upbeat.
I'm learning something here. I'm definitely learning.
Mate, I'll tell you, this was fascinating to me. I read it and I thought, I love this. So it's still on the upbeat. It's still the ska rhythm, but it's just way slower. And instead of a walking bass, it's got like a riff bass. Desmond Dekker is probably the most famous of the rock steady artists of the early artists. And when we then come to this country and the two-tone stuff, realistically, we are talking the guys from Coventry and Birmingham. So the Midlands guys, generally speaking, are rock steady, not ska. So the specials, the selector, the beat, all that lot. And this is Jerry Dammer's whole idea. The whole idea was to bring this slightly slower, still sort of like black and white, because the whole black and white thing was really important in it, and the whole black and white thing was not just a visual thing. It was we want black and white musicians playing together to go against the multiracial, so to go against the anti-racial stuff that was going on in the late 70s, and it all then gets coupled up with punk and the rude boy fashions, and it all starts to roll from there. So that's the basic sort of side of it.
Picture.
What's really funny in my mind, and this is a terrible thing to say, and I probably shouldn't say it even though we're live, is that the two-tone stuff in this country was done very specifically to fight the racism that was being felt.
Yes. And
the biggest group of people who actually liked the music were the skinheads.
Who didn't get on with the black people.
And there's kind of like an
irony there,
which I think is really stuff. So
that would also then go into maybe like the mod sound of stuff
absolutely.
As well.
Yeah, the mod stuff as well. Yeah.
So the rock steady and the mod, there's a link there.
Well, there is a link there, except the fact that the mod stuff tends to be a walking bass.
Which is more ska.
Genius at walking bass. So it's more related to the ska side, yeah.
Sorry, who was the genius there?
John Entwistle.
Oh, John Entwistle. Okay.
On the mod side, you know.
Yeah.
He played walking bass like no one else has ever played it. So there we go. And obviously, out of all of that comes reggae, which basically all it does is to take it off the offbeat and put it onto the off the upbeat,
onto the offbeat.
Yeah, and put it onto the offbeat, and reggae forms out of rocksteady.
You're right though. The reggae sounds, the reggae music, is significantly slower. I mean, I think of all the Bob Marley stuff, for example. I mean, they're all very Well, they're all very jolly and danceable, I guess, aren't they? But they're not in your face like
No,
a
no,
lot of the rock steady or
the ska stuff particularly is
stuff.
very, very in your
Ska
face.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
very jazzy. It's got a lot of horns in it. It's got a lot of. It's hard work. Like if you try dancing for more than one Madness song, and like you'll be like chucking up on the dance floor. So, and then of course you get people like the Clash who decide that actually they're gonna fill it full of angst and make it a bit punky as well from a lyrical perspective. And there we go. That's my little delve into the history.
Oh, very good.
And I really enjoyed
applaud
it.
you. I applaud your research. Stinky Pete would have been proud of that. Other than the fact that you said Madness are one of the only two authentic ska bands.
Ska bands.
And so would another
I'm
friend
sure
of
there's a
mine.
lot more, but they're the big ones.
They're the big ones, the big hits.
Yeah.
And obviously Madness, the biggest of the lot, I would say. But yeah, I go along with all what you said, obviously. I mean, I've written a few things here about well, I've written down My Boy Lollipop because I thought, yeah, that's going to be mentioned as maybe the first ska-ish record. Oh, we agreed that was ska?
It was ska. It's noted as ska. Everybody says it's ska.
And she
Everybody
was from
says it's the biggest
she
hit
was
that
from
ska's ever
London. Was
had.
she from London? Was she London or was she from the UK?
She was
Wasn't
Jamaican origin, but I think she did live in
maybe
London.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've written it down as one. I've written down about 13 songs, and My Boy Lollipop is one of them. Not because of this, but because actually it's
really
the first song that I remember singing.
Yeah,
I
number
remember
2
walking around my house, mum and dad's house, singing My Boy Lollipop at the age of 4 or whatever I would have been, and I can hear my mum laughing.
I think you were probably a little bit younger than 4, surely. I was probably 4. It came out in 64, I think. So what were you, 61?
61, yes. I was 3 in 64.
Yeah, maybe 3. Yeah, probably a year
by
younger.
the time it got to me, like I'd have been 4. So, but yeah.
And it got stuck at number 2. Number 2 in both the UK and the US, I noticed.
Really?
My Boy Lollipop. Yeah, that's one thing I have noticed in all of what the minimal research that I've done here. When you said you'd done a little bit, I thought, yeah, we'll let Jeff take the strain here. But I did find it interesting that most of the ska, in inverted commas, we're talking ska, rock steady, we're talking whatever, are generally UK hits, but not so big hit-wise in the US at all.
No, and I think that's because originally the lyrics of them were used by as a happy time. Jamaica has just declared independence. So
right.
just before ska came to the fore,
yeah,
it would become independent, and a lot of the ska movement used independent concepts, like lyrics about being independent, whatever. But they're still part of the Commonwealth.
Yes,
as they still are now.
Yes,
and that's probably why. I mean, the Windrush was what 52, whatever it was.
Yeah. Was that around when the Queen was crowned? Was it?
Yeah. When was she? I can't remember when she
the
was
Queen was
crowned.
coronated. That was.
She had her chicken.
Yes, she did. The coronation chicken.
Hold on, let's start. Do you like coronation chicken?
Not really, no.
I can't bear it. Who puts sultanas in with meat? Who does that?
I don't know. I tell you what, though, my mother-in-law used to make spaghetti bolognese, and she used to put everything in the bolognese, and she did put a few raisins in there.
Right.
Now, get on the difference between a raisin and a sultana now, I guess. What's the difference between a raisin and a sultana? You're the expert today, Jeff.
Isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
I like sultanas. I don't like raisins.
Okay, all right, but you don't like them with meat.
I don't like fruit with meat. That's a general thing. But yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, anyway, 52. Yeah, I think that was.
Anyway,
and that was that's the year my mum and dad got married. Actually, it was the year the Queen was crowned.
Mama. Yeah, they must be very similar. I think mum and dad got married in 54. I think I can't remember now.
So Jamaica, it all started.
No, she went of her own accord. Hey,
Jamaica. Oh, very good. See, a number of people in the States just don't get that Led Zeppelin song, Jamaica. Jamaica. What does Diamaka mean?
Diamaka, yeah.
Diamaka. No, it's Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Yeah. You
No,
got the
I
joke.
think it came this way because the families were here,
Yeah.
and there was still that link.
I'm going to do my John Candy or Del Griffith in Planes, Trains and Automobiles now. Jamaica man, dig it. That's all I can say. Yeah, so My Boy Lollipop was number one. No, it was number two. It was stopped from getting to number one. I
You've
bet you
gone
don't know
silent.
what stopped you from getting to number one. You might not even remember the song. Have I?
That's really weird. So
You can't
now
hear
we
me
get
at
your
all?
lips first, and then your sound about a second later.
I don't know what's happening there. I don't know what's happening here. Is there? I don't know. There's a tech issue there. Is there, Shaggy? But I'll press on. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, I can't hear you. You have cut out a couple times, so I've been keeping an eye on it. I'm not sure why, but it seems like it's caught back up. So.
Okay, all right. We've got maybe a time delay between Chelmsford and Buckhurst Hill. Is causing the
Maybe
problem.
really you're Doctor Who in disguise, and
I
you're a
could
Time
be.
Lord. That might
But
be what
which
it is.
one? Which is the best Doctor Who?
Oh, Tom Baker.
Oh, I quite like
I quite like the Scottish fellow
Tennant.
as well.
David Tennant.
David
Yeah.
Tennant. Yeah, he was pretty good.
I met him on a jumbo once, coming back from the
Did you
States.
really?
Yeah. We were coming back from Los Angeles Airport one evening, and it was a popular night because what's his name from the guy that played he played in Shaun of the Dead, and he was in
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost and his mate who played the
Yeah. Sean Penn.
guy in Star Trek. Not
Sean
not
Penn.
Sean not Sean Penn. Sean Penn is an American guy.
Oh yeah, that's how he is. Yeah.
I can't think of his name. But anyway, Nick Frost and his companion, whose name escapes me, were there as well.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. He was in Star Trek as
He was.
Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty. Yeah. Him and Nick Frost, who were obviously playing a lot of things in films together, they walked on. They went on to first class, actually. We were waiting around, and we also saw David Tennant and his family.
Yeah.
His wife and what, 2 or 3
Now,
kids?
he's married to the Doctor's daughter, isn't he?
I think he is.
He is.
That's a spooky thing.
Yeah.
So I thought, shall I? And you know, like when you see someone famous like that, you don't want to disturb them, especially on holiday and stuff. And you know, you don't want people coming up, having a chat or having a selfie. That's the way I feel anyway. So I just let them go, and they went on. He didn't go into first class. He went into the next one between
Business
economy
class.
and first class, probably business class, yeah. And he was asked, I overheard, why are you going to business class? It's because he had his family and he couldn't have them all up in first class or something. So
Yeah.
that's strange. But as luck would have it, as I walked on the plane, turned right to the unwashed part of the plane to the economy, he was sitting on the very end seat. And
Yeah.
so I said, shall I say hello? And I
Did
did.
you?
I put my hand out and I said, well, actually, no, first, my classic line is, are you David Tennant? And he said, I am indeed. And I go, pleased to meet you. And I shook him by the hand and says, oh, pleased to meet you too, sir, in his Scottish accent. And that was it.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my,
Brilliant.
I don't know how we got into Doctor Who there, but let's move on.
There we go.
We're
Let's
doing
move
Scar.
back. Well, let's move back. Not on.
Move
Let's
back
go one
from My Boy
before
Lollipop.
My Boy
Okay.
Lollipop. And let's go to Enjoy Yourself by Prince Buster.
Was that before? Because I've got that as a classic song, Enjoy Yourself, which the Specials covered
Specials did it, yeah.
on their either first or second album.
No idea.
And there was a great version of, it was either Specials or more of the Specials, basically, in 1980. A great version of it with Prince Buster and Jules Holland on Later, which Simon Mayo used to introduce his Drive Time show for a long time.
I don't remember that.
Enjoy yourself. Such a happy song. It's such a
But
great song.
the specials version is much faster than the original version.
You're right. It is.
And the original version is just, I love it. I mean, the walking bass in it is so up front and in your face. It's lovely.
That's that walking
And
bass again.
It's got that great sort of jazz horn sound in it as well. So yeah,
You do get a lot of horn, don't you? In
you get a lot of horn. Get a lot of horn in Jamaica.
You get the horn in Jamaica. And a lot of sax. Old Rico Rodriguez.
Gratuitous sax, yeah.
Gratuitous sax. Rico Rodriguez, who also played with the specials in when the two-tone started. But yeah, enjoy yourself. Prince Buster, the king of ska, I would say, would you not?
I would think so, yeah. He's certainly the one who everybody knows. I didn't get a chance to look at the Scarlights. I think they're probably quite fun, I'd have thought.
Yes, well, that's funny you should. I don't know why I've always pronounced, and you're obviously right here. I'm sure the Scartalites, yeah. What are they called? The Scartalites.
They're called the Scarlights, don't they? Let me just get it in front of me. Hold on.
I always call them the
Scartalites. Yeah, you're right. The Scartalites.
Scartalites. I always call them the Scatolites.
Scatolites.
Right, I mean, but obviously it's to do with the scar. Yeah. Should have got that. But yeah, they had a couple of good ones as well. But yeah, this "Enjoy Yourself" is a really old song. I thought it was a Prince Buster song.
It is a Prince Buster song, yeah.
No, I don't think it is. It was first published in 1949. I read.
Okay,
I don't think he wrote it. I'm going to look it up.
You can do that because you've got a computer in front of you.
Well, so have you, but you're looking at it.
Looking up on his phone.
Enjoy Yourself. I'll just have to put Prince Buster in because there's an Enjoy Yourself Kylie Minogue album. I don't think we want that one, do we?
No, we don't really.
Well, you might.
I could enjoy myself with Kylie Minogue. I've got to be honest.
You're going to get into your dance, aren't you, with that?
I'm going to get. I'm going to get on this one if you're not careful.
Yeah, enjoy the BBC. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we want to prove that it's just the fact that Stinky Pete's around that we get the BBC on the phone all the time.
Absolutely.
Enjoy Yourself. It's later than you think. It's later than you think. First published in 1949 with music written by Carl Sigman and lyrics by Herb Magidson.
Well, there we go. Every day is a school day. I honestly thought it was a Prince Buster song.
I did as well, which is rather disappointing in a way, but he sort of obviously made it his own, as people tend to do. So that was Enjoy Yourself. As I said, Specials recorded it. One song that he did write, that Madness. I'm going to mention Madness because we know we're going to talk Madness at some point.
We are going to talk Madness in a moment.
There's a couple of their early songs that he wrote, and One Step Beyond.
One Step Beyond was, yeah.
Is a Prince Buster song. Yeah. And Madness, I think. Was Madness the song Madness? Or maybe not. Maybe I made that up. But yeah, Madness.
Go on.
Madness are a band that it's sad, but they seem to be one of those. Thinks hates them, and I know a few other people that can't stand them either. I don't know where you stand with them. They're okay for me.
It's really difficult. So I first came across Madness in 1980.
Right.
I don't know how
pretty much when they started.
What was it? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is going to sound really pathetic, but thinking about it in its time scale and its place, it now makes perfect sense. So I was working over the summer of 1980. I've said this before. I was working in Pontins holiday camp up in North Wales. Okay.
Did you do a stand-up or anything like that? Or?
No.
You didn't wear a coat. What colour coats? What colour coats at Pontins?
We were blues. We were blue coats. So, and we would do all sorts of stuff, but ostensibly the younger people that were there were, all the older people were there as well, but they were Mancunian, they were Liverpudlian, we had some Scots and the occasional Brummie, and that was basically it. Okay.
No Londoners then.
They all went to North Wales. A couple of Irish. The Irish would come across occasionally, obviously, to Holyrood, to Holyhead and come down. Yeah. But it was right in the peak of late 70s, early 80s disco, and there was massive hair, and there was, like disco lights and shimmering dresses and all that sort of stuff going on. And they would dance yourself dizzy, literally, all night. Like they would just go into the disco that we would run, and they would dance. And when we wanted to clear the floor, we would put Madness on.
Oh dear.
And literally, it would just go shunk, gone, everybody off the dance floor, because they were the wrong audience
For
for
their
that
songs.
sort of music.
Yeah. Okay.
And consequently, I was always a little bit Madness. But actually, when you take yourself out of that situation,
Yeah.
and go, I really like this.
Yeah. I think they
Like,
made some great tunes.
This is fun, but it's supposed to be fun because that's what ska was.
Yes.
It's supposed to be humorous. It's
It's a
supposed to
house
be
of fun.
light-hearted.
It's a house of fun, in fact, as their
So
number one hit.
I've actually picked 2 Madness songs.
Okay.
One Step Beyond I've picked simply for all sorts of reasons. It's more of a rock steady one, interestingly. But it's energetic, it's fun, it's got that fantastic jazzy sax solo in it, and it's got a crossover bass line. So sometimes it's walking, but occasionally you get a little bass riff in it, which is quite nice. But actually, so you probably know this, I'm sure you do, listeners, whoever might be out there don't.
Yeah.
But my wife's brother died years ago now, 12 years, 15 years ago. I can't remember now. And he, during his cremation, he went through the curtain to One Step Beyond.
Oh, excellent.
Which, even in that awful situation, because he was far too young, he was only 50, I think he was 50, allowed us all to have a smile. Because A, there's the joke of it being One Step Beyond,
Yes.
and B, all his mates who were there knew that they'd all been Madness fans back in the day, and it was just one of those moments.
If this story doesn't end with you telling me that the front 7 seats got up and all did the Madness walk to it,
They didn't.
I'll be very upset. But no, I'm sure they didn't.
I'm afraid you're going to be upset.
Yes.
So that's why there's that one. I really like Baggy Trousers as well.
Yeah, I like Baggy Trousers. That's one of the ones I've mentioned. Baggy Trousers.
And again, I think I love the idea of having a bad time at school, but in hindsight, seeing it as fun, like lyrically, And I think we write, and I know Pete does, bless him, and I understand why he does, because it's not the sort of thing that would do it for him. But I think we write the lyrics of these sorts of songs off wrongly if we're not careful, because actually some of the lyrics are very clever, and they are deliberately humorous in their, and many of them in their angst.
Yes,
so
they are funny. They're a funny band. But my memory of Madness, why I maybe like Madness more than, I mean, I wasn't into like I wasn't at Pontins. I wasn't listening to a lot of disco music at the time either. So I was listening to more, obviously, I was listening to a lot of new wave stuff. And in the late 70s, and then the two-tone stuff as well. But Madness was an extension to the two-tone in a way that made it more mainstream, maybe.
It's more poppy,
more fun, more poppy. Yeah, maybe that's the right word. And was sing-along songs, and they weren't angry, even though they might have been angry about things, but they weren't angry songs. And a lot of the two-tone songs were a lot about riots and protests, and which is fine, and you can make a great song out of that as well. I mean, Ghost Town is a phenomenal song from the Specials, absolutely brilliant. And although
any
that's
song that says there's too much farting on the dance floor.
Too much farting on the dance floor.
Works for me.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that's what they sing, but yeah.
I'm pretty certain it is. I've listened to it lots and lots of times.
And that's what they say. All right, but it's a great song. That was presumably is on your list as well, Ghost Town.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, I would say Ghost Town would definitely be on mine. But when a mate of mine, I've mentioned this before as well in the past, I've said it on air as well. A mate of mine, one of my best mates from, well, after school actually, was a guy called Julian, and he got married and moved up to Leicester, and we, as a lot other mates of his as well, me and one other mate used to go up there and visit him. Another two went up on a different occasions. We didn't all go up together, strangely, um, and to visit him and his wife. And I just remember to this day, I remember the first time we went in, we went into his house, and the first record he put on a turntable was Complete Madness. And I can just remember all of the songs we're singing, whether it be, um, uh, the usual stuff, whether it be House of Fun, which is one of the songs that I'm not as keen on, actually.
No, it's interesting, isn't it?
It's strange. That was their number one. They're only number one in the
Yeah.
UK.
Oh, really?
House of Fun. Yeah, they're only number one single. Our House is another one, which again I'm not so keen on.
I don't mind that.
I maybe prefer it to House of Fun. Yeah, but I don't know. I
think
just
a
didn't
lot
go
of
with
these
it.
sort of number ones or whatever, they roll. So like a band gets known for whatever, and then it may not be their best song, but it's the one that happens at the right time
Yes.
in their fame.
In other words, there's probably no other good records around at that
Well,
week in the charts. That probably
that's
doesn't
the
help.
option.
Like that, My Boy Lollipop. I was going to say the number one that stopped it getting there was a song by the Four Pennies, and it was called Juliet. I don't know if you remember that song. It's a
I
very
do not.
slow ballady type thing. Nothing like My Boy Lollipop, but it's luck, isn't it? Sometimes, or
It's
maybe
luck,
they should
yeah.
know what's around when they release records and what's likely to stop it from getting to the higher echelons. I like using that word, echelons.
Good word.
Well, while we're on Madness, briefly, then there are other great Madness songs that I would possibly choose. My absolute favourite Madness song is a little bit slower.
Oh,
Like it's not the upbeat type ones, but it's actually My Girl. My Girl's Mad at Me.
yeah, I know the song. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's a good song.
Couldn't go see the film tonight, and all
Yeah,
that. And it's just a great story of him and his girlfriend and not understanding him, and it's all right. He just sometimes he wants to just sit at home and watch TV
yeah.
on at home. Yeah, and I think it's a hilarious song, and very English. That they're very English,
They
Madness,
are
aren't they?
very well. They're London. They're very, very London.
They're very Camden Town, in
Yeah,
fact.
absolutely. And they were the ones who picked the fashion side of it more than anyone else. So
Yeah,
that they picked up the pork pie hats and the rude boy stuff and all that thing. Like that they went for all of that rather than the specials and whatever were very much the black and white, but not the whole fashion gig.
no, you're right. And I mean, the thing with Stinks, I think the fact that Suggs is an avid Chelsea fan probably doesn't help him.
Yeah,
Which that's
we've all
like
got.
not liking Bohemian Rhapsody because Greg Lake stopped from getting for number one, isn't it? It's
We
just
all have
not
our
on, is
crosses
it?
to bear, don't we?
We do. But another friend of mine who also hates Madness, I just mentioned him briefly, called Graham. You know Graham. You've met him. We went to the pub in
Oh yeah,
Enfield.
yeah.
Little Graham
Little Graham, yeah.
and the sex thimble of Graham. He can't stand Madness, and he would genuinely say it's because when he was at school, he was listening to Joy Division,
Okay.
and that was like the antithesis
Yeah.
of Madness. So it
Yeah,
just didn't get on with it at all.
it's deep
And
and meaningly.
between those two, I would pick Madness every single day of the week. Much more fun, much jollier. Joy
Yeah.
Division, bit down. Apart from Love Will Tear Us Apart, which is
I
a
was gonna say,
decent song.
they produced one of the classic songs,
They
but the
did,
rest of
but
it is.
it's pretty dour. It's maybe
And
the
actually,
word.
there are people that do Love Will Tear Us Apart much better than Joy Division did it. I think.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, I'm not going to argue that. We're not getting onto Joy Division. I mean, my girl's my favourite, as I said, but I do love driving in my car.
Yeah, I'm not. That one
You're not so
doesn't.
keen on that
It
one?
doesn't tickle me as much. No.
It doesn't tickle you. I know. Waiting for the Ghost Train, Embarrassment. There's just so many of them.
Yeah.
Night Boat to Cairo, a couple of maybe lesser known ones like Cardiac Arrest and Shut Up, which were both top 20 hits. In fact, they had
Yeah.
a whole string of them, didn't they? And I mentioned the two house songs, which I'm not quite so keen on. And
And they're
one
still
album,
going, are they not?
they are. They are the sort of band that play in a sort of a revival type. Well, not revival because they're
Yeah.
sort of half the original artists, but they're well past their prime, and they
Right.
perform at, say, Chelmsford Racecourse, and
Okay.
you see adverts for Tony Hadley and even Nick Kershaw, for example, and Madness. And I'm thinking, yeah, they're all really past their sell date. And ironically, on Chelmsford Racecourse, I would say they're like flogging a dead horse, basically, aren't they? I would say.
Isn't it only just reopened, isn't it? Or is it not?
They were closed. I think they might have closed it down. There was some reason.
I think it's got authority to reopen again.
All right,
So,
enough madness.
enough
Um,
madness.
enough
Moving on.
madness. Moving on. We've got a specials we'd mentioned. We mentioned Ghost Town.
I think we have mentioned it, but I think they deserve a bigger mention.
Yep. Okay.
I think probably they are the go-to band of the two-tone era.
I agreed. Yes.
Love Message to Rudy.
I love that too. That was a
Sung
Dandy
it.
Livingston song, wasn't it? That was a Dandy Livingston song. Now, do you remember Dandy Livingston, who did Suzanne, Beware of the Devil, that one?
I know that song, yeah, I didn't know. Yeah.
Dandy Livingston, he wrote
Oh,
Message
really?
to You, Rudy. Yeah, yeah. It might be called Rudy, A Message to You, or something like that, but that's obviously where they got it from. But yeah, great tune. They had a number one with Ghost Town, of course, in 81. They had another number one, which was a live version of Too Much Too Young.
Yeah.
You know, done too
no,
much.
Another song, yeah.
Too young. Yeah, yeah.
They just seem to have nailed the whole concept. But you're right what you said earlier. They are much more laid back, which is the Rocksteady thing, not the Scar thing. They're much more laid back. They've got that really heavy riff bass that you get in a lot of that stuff. And
great video to Ghost Town as well. Actually.
Wow. But they did a lot of that. There was a pretty good video to what was the one you just mentioned? You said there was live.
Too Much Too Young. Too Much Too Young.
Was that the one with the? I think there was a pretty good video to that as well, from what I can remember.
Had them live, didn't they? But yeah, they had a lot of, and of course that developed. The Fun Boy 3 came out of them as well, didn't they?
They did. And I mean, what was it? I can't remember the name of the guy was from Fun Boy. The singer.
Terry Hall.
Terry Hall. But what a broken soul.
Oh, definitely.
There's all this angst coming out of him in his songs as well, you know. Weren't they the guys who had an 80-year-old sax player?
It was like Rico Rodriguez, I think.
Was that his name? He was 80 or something.
Yeah, I think he was. He played with Bob Marley and all sorts, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was full of angst. It's all that farting on the dance floor. I think that's probably what it was.
It can't do you any good at all, I would have thought.
No.
Actually, in fairness, living in Coventry can't do you very much good.
No, it was.
There's a reason we send people there.
So, Gangsters was another great song, of course.
I forgot that. Yeah, I forgot about that completely.
Great special song.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that was their first hit. Now, that was released as a double A side. You had Gangsters by the Special AKA, I think they were called. And on the other side was a song by a band called The Selector.
I know, I've got them down.
But it's not the one that you've got down. But I forget what the name of the songs they had.
Okay.
But the one that we're both talking about then by The Selector is On My Radio.
On My Radio. Which is a fantastic song.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it has all these. I don't know when the last time you heard it was. I played it a couple of days ago just to remind myself. It's got all these stops in it that they just break the music for a minute, and it just makes it colourful.
The same old show on my radio.
Yeah. Yeah, the same old show. That's what they say. That's almost sort of Gary Newman-esque electro pop. That little bit. That I'm
Maybe.
gonna stop that show. That's almost sort of like that. That sort of electro stuff. But I think I was going to say the girlie. That's a terrible thing to say, Jeffy.
Pauline Black.
Right. I think her voice and the fact that she was a girl, is a girl, gave them a completely different format to a lot of the other bands.
Talking of girl bands in a ska, rocksteady, reggae kind of thing, that I think they were on Two Tone. Do you remember the Body Snatchers? And
No.
Let's Do Rocksteady. They were a 7-piece female band.
No.
On the Two Tone label. That was another Dandy Livingstone song, actually. Some of this, I tell you what, makes note. This will be a prime show, this podcast, where, it would be great if we could be out live on air on the radio as well. And we can play the songs.
That would be good.
Directly. Because a lot of these, we're going to mention a lot of songs here, and people,
Do you remember that? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. Like
what's what's he talking about? The difference between a walking bass and a riff bass? What are you talking about?
Exactly. So we could, do that. And we can't have the songs on the podcast, so we'd have to do something there. Like we could be nattering away in the background while the music's playing. That's one
what
thing
we could do, and this is just thinking out loud, live.
Yes.
What we could do would be to have a little radio show in between your radio shows, like in between your afternoon delights or this week's podcast show.
We could. I mean,
thinking out loud.
I could play the podcast back once it's gone on Spotify.
Yeah.
But the easiest thing, because then Shaggy would have edited it, and got all the BBC.
Just slip the songs in.
And slip the songs in, yeah. You just want me to be on the radio a lot longer in the afternoons. That's the thing.
You don't need a granddad sleep. That's what it is.
No, I do.
Okay, let's try this lot.
Go on,
do you remember, and I don't know how you feel about this, the Piranhas?
I do.
Tom Hark.
Tom Hark, yeah. I had the single.
Even better than Tom Hark.
Oh. Forgot all about Tom Hark.
Zambezi.
Oh, Zambezi. Yeah, I remember Zambezi.
Brilliant.
That was the Piranhas as well.
That was Piranhas as well.
Yeah, I don't think maybe I got the Tom Hark single. I don't know whether I got the Zambezi one.
I absolutely love it. It's real fun. It's almost punkish in there. I don't know if you can remember what they looked like. They dressed. What the drummer used to play a set of fish, from what I can remember, as drumsticks.
A piranha.
Well, they were just slightly bonkers, And Zambezi's a little bit more calypso based, isn't it, than the other ones? But they were just fun, like real. They looked like they were having an absolute laugh. Apart from the singer, who was trying his best to look serious.
Whose name escapes me, I don't
know. But Tom Hark, that's a traditional tune, isn't it? That goes back.
It's a traditional song, yeah, and used at football terraces around the country, no doubt.
It is now.
I'm sure it is now. Yeah. I've got Tom Hark. I've got Tom Hark on my radio database. So, but I haven't got Zambezi. But I can always get it on.
Well, you will have for tomorrow.
Well, you're gonna press Zambezi. Okay, I better get downloading that one then later on. Yeah, the Piranhas. Any other names you want to throw at us?
Well, I'm going to upset somebody now. Somewhere along the lines, I'm going to upset somebody. I'm going to go. So the Beat were a great Birmingham sort of rocksteady band, ska band.
Yes, they were good. They were not bad actually. Yeah,
they were in the bathroom and all that sort of stuff.
And their version of Tears of a Clown.
But their best song, by a country mile.
A country mile.
Can't Get Used to Losing You.
Ah, right, okay. Which is
the
Andy
Williams
song, yeah.
Andy Williams. I could see Andy singing it himself with his cardi flying in the wind, as he's doing his ska dance.
Is what flying in the wind?
His cardi.
All right, okay.
Is she a Cardi B?
Yeah.
But they were great. Just a little bit different. They were a little bit different to that Coventry sound. And one of the things about Can't Get Used to Losing You is they have this really distant guitar sound. it almost sounds like he's playing down the street. I go, no, we don't like you here. Just play over there somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then when the sax solo comes in, I go, I'll tell you what, go and stand next to your guitar, mate, because like it'd be much better down there. And it's sort of like they're both sort of like this slightly haunting sound against this really happy little light piece of music.
You get that a lot in music. You hear a lot of stories, don't you? How musicians are sort of separated from the main studio, even like what was the band where they had someone down in the stairwell or something?
The Doors, wasn't it? It was the Doors who
Was it
did
the
one of. Was
Doors?
it Raiders in the Raiders?
Riders on
Storm.
Riders
I
on
think
Storm.
it might be one of them. And one of them played a snare drum or something in a lift.
There was
Because
one. Oh, Bridge Over Troubled Water. No, the Boxer.
was it?
It
That
was
what it was?
Hal Blaine smashing his what would it be? Not a timpani, would it be? Smashing his drum anyway. But it was so loud, they had to chuck him out in the corridor, and he was outside the lift
He was.
while
Ah,
Simon
okay, that's
got
what
phone
it
call.
was.
Everyone else was playing in the studio. He was out there, and it frightened the life out of some old security woman guard who walked out just as he's smashing this drum.
Well, I don't know if the Beat did actually send their guitarist down the street, but that's what it sounds
It
like.
sounds like, yeah, okay.
And do you remember it? Do you remember the
I
version of it?
do. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, yeah. Was it on their album? I wonder. I just can't stop it. Their debut album. I don't know. It might have been a standalone single, but yeah, they had the three big singles, really, didn't they? That one,
Mirror in the Bathroom was a big one.
Mirror in the Bathroom, and Tears of a Clown, and only one of them's her own song.
Mirror in the Bathroom.
Mirror in the Bathroom. Yeah. Right. We mentioned the garter lights earlier on.
Yes.
It's the scatter lights, and I'll tell you what. One, whether it's Rocksteady. You're going to tell me it's Scar, presumably, with a name like Scarter Lights.
They were a ska band.
It's 007. 007. You know it. Shantytown. You know it?
It doesn't ring a bell.
Again, we should be playing it
Maybe
right
I know
now.
the real tune, not the one you just sung.
Or maybe the real version sounds better than I just sang it. That's for sure. And we mentioned Bad Manners as well.
So Bad Manners. Well, I like Bad Manners. Special Brew is really special.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the video? Can you remember the video? It was like sitting in an Emmanuel chair. You know, like the big high backed sort of.
Yeah.
You remember the Emmanuel chairs?
Yeah.
When you were a teenage boy.
Yeah.
And he's sitting in one of those. I think it's on top of the pops. I think it's like, and it's a really laid back song, isn't it? It's just like it's calm and it's quiet and it's laid back, and then he just suddenly goes bonkers and starts doing the whole thing, and it's like, yeah, it's like brilliant. I'd love to have seen him live.
He was a big lad, wasn't he? He's still around, actually.
He's still going, yeah. He's one of you that isn't dead.
Yeah, Buster Blood Vessel, which was an
he
unfortunate name. But yeah, he didn't. And yeah, he's had all sorts of gastric bands and stuff, I think, put in anyway. So he's a lot slimmer now. He was huge. And he'd be wobbling around the stage, and you think, yeah, this guy's not going to last into the 90s, but here he is in the 2020s. Amazing.
He had a massive tongue as well, didn't he?
Oh, he did. He used to stick it out a lot during the songs as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. What was their other big hit? Special Brew.
Their other big hit, Lip Up Fatty.
Lip Up Fatty, that was it.
The Lip Up Fatty
reggae. Was that theirs, or was that a previous?
I think it was one of theirs. I mean, it was. I suppose it must be one of theirs. I'm sure it was one of his expressions at school. Apparently,
shall I have a look?
To get people to shut up, Lip Up Fatty. And that had a lot of. It's a simple song, but you know, a nice blend of brass and a lead harmonica theme, I suppose you could call it. It must be one of his songs. Now I'm looking back at others of that ilk while you check that out. I've got some other more.
It's a Bad Manners. Yeah, it's a Bad Manners song.
Bad Manners song, Lip Up Fatty. Good tune. Around that time, what about No, it said Gangsters. Now, I don't know whether these are. Oh, do you remember the Lambrettas?
I do remember Lambrettas.
They did a version of Poison Ivy,
That was it, yeah.
which was the
With that
Coasters
great
song.
little sort of like echoey guitar.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that was a top 10 hit in 1980, but I don't know whether to describe that as reggae, ska, rocksteady, Poison Ivy.
Poison.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably Rocksteady. I would have thought most of
yeah,
the stuff is.
most of them are.
What can we slip Rudy Can't Fail in here or not?
Oh yeah, definitely. I put that down on my list by the Clash. They did love a bit of well, obviously they loved a bit of punk, they loved a bit of reggae, they loved a bit of ska, they loved a bit of a bit of everything really. And most of it was thrown onto the London Calling album
It was most
across
of it was all on the corner.
across the whole album.
But
So
angry lyrics.
Rudy Can't Fail, yeah.
First, you must cure your temper, then find a job in a paper. You need someone for a saviour. Rudy can't fail. You know.
Rudy Can't Fail, oh no. Yeah, I love it.
I think a lot of people thought that the Clash sold out when they started to do it. I certainly know that the ex drummer did. He
Top of
wasn't
Eden.
impressed. Huh?
Top
No,
of
the
Eden.
ex drummer Terry Chimes.
Oh, Terry Chimes, yeah.
He was not impressed with it at all. As a way forwards.
Just this is one of your clients, was it?
He's my chiropractor.
He's your chiropractor, really? My.
He's a really nice guy.
And
Like
Terry
really nice
Chimes.
guy.
Does he?
Does he
Chime?
chime? He
Yeah.
does. He does. He also writes really complicated, deep intellectual books on Catholicism.
My oh my, he's a man of many talents.
He's a man of absolutely no talent at all. Yeah, no,
But
he is. He's a
he
very,
recorded
very nice fellow.
the debut Clash album. I think I'm right in saying, you're probably asking yourself, he recorded the first Clash album, but by the time the album came out, he'd
He's
quit.
left. Yeah.
So they only had the three of them on the front cover of the album, which is
That's right. Yeah.
Joe Strummer, Mick Jones, and
He went to play with Adam and the Ant for a while, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, and someone else, X-Ray Specs, maybe. Can't remember who it was.
Could be.
Yeah.
Right. So Poison Ivy. Oh, I've got an instrumental here from 1969, which again we should be playing this. This is a Lee Scratch Perry song, so maybe it is reggae.
Yeah, probably.
It was a number 5 hit in 1969, and it was a band called the Upsetters, and it's Return of Django.
That rings a bell.
Yeah, I think it would. Have you heard it?
Ring a bell, but yeah, Return of Django rings a bell.
And what about there were two number ones by it was always deemed to be the first ever reggae number one in 1969 in the UK.
Double Barrel.
No, that was the second one. The first one, which I come on to, Double Barrel, because of that as well. First one, you've mentioned him earlier on, it's Desmond Dekker.
The Israelites.
The Israelites, which, no one understands the lyrics.
No, he probably didn't understand him himself.
The Israelite, no.
Yeah. I don't know about Desmond Dekker. I don't know.
What, you don't know what genre, or you don't know the...
No, I don't know. The Israelites is okay. I would never ask for it. I'd never go and switch it on. But if it was on, I'd go, oh, that's the Israelites.
Oh, that's the Israelites. Yeah, but he did some other tunes as well.
He did.
Like, you can get it if you really want.
That's a good song.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a much better song because you can understand what he's singing for a start.
But yeah, no, that is a good song.
And Double Barrel, as I said, which was a number one
that was very definitely reggae, really.
Was that reggae in 1970? Okay,
I think so. So this is where we start to get into a bit of confusion. So Double Barrel, I would say was. I'd say it was reggae more than Rocksteady.
I am the Magnificent.
It'd be amazing.
Double
What about, let's go back to Two Tone for a second, even though it isn't Two Tone. What about UB40? Do they count, or are they reggae?
Well, I would call them...
The interweb will tell you categorically that they're reggae.
Well, that's where I would put them into. If I wanted to pigeonhole them, it would probably be reggae. Yeah.
Because they came out at the same time.
They
Like
did.
1 in 10, which I absolutely
Oh, I
adore.
love that. See, I love the
But
first album.
great
Signing
song.
Off. They could have not bothered to make any more records after that, really, in my view. I mean, a lot of them are the same. You
Yeah.
know what they're going to sound like, but I know you can say that about others, but I just find them a bit dull. UB40. But yeah,
Well,
that was a great. Food for Thought was a good tune as well.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Are they white reggae, or does white reggae not actually exist, and are they therefore two-tone rocksteady sort of thing?
They weren't on the two-tone label, I don't think, were they?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I
So
don't think they were.
two-tone had this double thing, didn't it? Where like it was a style of they call it the two-tone revival, but that's because there was the record label who I keep getting Jerry Dammers and Jeffrey Dahmer mixed up, and that's not a good
probably
thing
not
to do.
wise.
No,
Probably not
that's
wise.
a really
Jerry
bad thing to
Dammers.
do.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer was definitely not in
Not
the
Jerry
specials.
Dammers.
Definitely not in the specials.
I think he was pretty
Jerry
special.
Dammers. Yeah, I think they were a more sort of mainstream label like EMI or whatever. And not that that's really anything to say what you determine the genre. You wouldn't do that nowadays, but maybe you would in those days. I don't know. But they're called a reggae band, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Most people would call them reggae. Are you a UB40 fan?
Not really. I say 1 in 10 I thought was exceptional. But they started. I hate the phrase "sell out," but the problem is that I think a lot of these guys, a lot of these bands are under so much pressure to produce more stuff that they end up not being able to, and therefore just producing shit. So like the version. Was it today you played Red Wine, or was it yesterday? I can't remember now.
It wasn't today. No.
One with Chrissy Hind.
Yeah. I got you,
I
babe.
got you, babe. Sorry. Really, did they need to do that? No, they didn't.
Well, no, they didn't. But I mean,
Wine, did they
actually,
need to do that? No, they didn't.
no, they didn't. Although I don't know. Have you heard the Neil Diamond version of Red Wine? It might be a bit better than that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a song I particularly like, so I guess it doesn't.
No,
It doesn't.
I got you, babe. I do like the song, and
Yes.
because I like the song, I don't object to their version of it. It's mostly Chrissy Hines singing it, to be honest, and not what's the name of the fella? There's two brothers in the band. UB40. I can't remember. Campbell, isn't it? Ali Campbell.
Ali
Campbell. And there's a Robin Campbell in there as well. And thankfully, not a Sol Campbell. That would be a turn off for a start.
Well, he'd be the traitor at the back, wouldn't he?
He would. He would. So UB40, we've been in terms of ska. Well, they're reggae. Yeah, I think you're right. I'll tell you an odd one I found. I never knew this. One single he released. Well, technically it wasn't released, but he was with Two Tone for one song, and it was delayed from being issued, and they ended up just giving it away at gigs. Apparently, was Elvis Costello,
right?
And I Can't Stand Up for Falling Down.
Okay.
You remember the song?
No.
Oh yeah, you must. It ended up being the lead single from Get Happy.
Okay, I don't remember.
Maybe he re-recorded it, but yeah, I can't. It's an old song actually. I Can't Stand Up for Falling Down. Again, we need to play the songs now, don't we? We just have a load of songs that we're mentioning, but you think what?
And that was a ska thing, was it?
Well, I don't think it was, but it was on Two Tone.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So maybe they're not all the ska on Two Tone, but
I think that's what it was set up for originally, isn't it? It was put out there to enable. But it's like everything else. Like the pressure to keep going is huge.
Do you have any others from that era?
I do not. I think I'm pretty much out of my knowledge. Not
we
that there was
mentioned
very much knowledge
Rudy.
in the first place, but
Rudy Can't Fail, we mentioned, didn't we?
well. So,
Um,
what do we think about Fun Boy 3? So, did they come out of the genre? Well, they were a
a
great
little
band.
bit more, a little bit more poppy, I guess, weren't they?
I think they were a lot more poppy, and that's why I was. I don't think they
I was
really.
being generous. I was being generous there. A little bit more poppy. In
I
other
think they
words,
were really good, but
yeah.
I don't think they fall into this category.
No, but the specials had a lot of different sort of like the specials, weren't there? And then special AKA, and then the special AKA, and then it was Fun Boy 3. Like they had the classic song Nelson Mandela.
Free Nelson, that wasn't Fun Boy
No, it's
3.
just called Nelson. I think it was just
Mandela.
called Nelson Mandela, but they sang Free Nelson Mandela.
Was that Fun Boy 3?
No, that's a special AKA. Fun Boy 3 were Fun Boy 3 were they did a version.
Lunatics are coming out this.
Yeah, that I mean, great. The telephone always rings. They
The
teamed
one
up
they
with
did with
Bananarama.
Bananarama.
Yeah, it ain't what you do, what it's the way that you do it. That was
That
the
was
Fun
it.
Boy 3. And the other one they did a version of, which Terry Hall, who apparently, I know maybe we can say it now, he might have been involved in the relationship with Jane Wiedlin of the Go-Go's. And the
Okay.
two of them wrote a song together, which the Go-Go's released on their debut album. It was called Our Lips Are Sealed.
Oh.
Which was a lot rockier version, funnily enough, than the Fun Boy 3 original of it. I think it came out after the Go-Go's, but Our Lips Are Sealed, that was probably the big Fun Boy
I
3.
don't remember that at all.
Well, Our Lips Are Sealed, you don't remember it?
Not by name.
Okay.
It doesn't mean I wouldn't recognise it if you played it.
You
But it's
definitely would
not a name
recognise
that
it, yeah.
rings a bell. As I say,
Uh,
a part of the difficulty with this is that a lot of this stuff passed me by because of when it came out.
because of madness.
Well, because it was 79, 80, 81, it was a time when I wasn't concentrating on what was going on, really. I was too busy with what I was doing myself.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was concentrating, it was all very much George Benson and Brothers Johnson and Roberta Flack and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of this stuff came in afterwards. I mean, Ghost Town was
81. 81.
Really?
Yeah, it was 81 that came out. 81 was the specials of Ghost Town and Shaking Stevens basically all year. That was the choice. No, there was a lot of Gary Newman-ish and Depeche Mode.
No wonder they were popular then.
No, don't speak ill of Shaky.
I love Shaky. What a
I love a
genius.
bit of Shaky. Saw him again live supporting, of course, Status Quo at the whatever it's called now, the Wembley Arena.
The Wembley Arena, yeah.
Yeah, it's not called that. It's something else now. Something arena. The one
Empire
sitting right next to Wembley.
Paul,
Yeah, Empire Paul Wembley. Yeah, that's the one. You're showing your age now, definitely. Well, I could mention a few other tunes that are more recent, but I like if you didn't know Our Lips Are Sealed, you're probably going to struggle with some of these other ones.
Go for
You've gone all Pete on us today with it. Don't know that one at all.
I blew it all early on tonight.
You did well with your summary at the start.
After that, I knew it was going to be down to you, really.
Yeah, I mentioned. I've got. Well, no, I mentioned we both mentioned Rudy Can't Fail, which is the title was derived from the Desmond Dekker song 007,
right?
Which I mentioned earlier on, but it's another one that you weren't so sure of. 007 Shantytown.
So
and I also mentioned
Rudy got to do with this because we've got message to Rudy. Rudy can't fail.
There's a lot of rudiness.
There's a lot of Rudy. Is this a rude boy thing?
It probably is a rude boy thing, yeah. So maybe it was its all scar. But a guy called Dr. Alimentado was mentioned as well. When he sings about looking pretty smart in your chicken suit, which is a reference to his album Best Dressed Chicken in Town. Now, I never knew that album, and I'm sure you didn't either. So I'm just going to throw in a few. We can end nice and early tonight, so we get an earlier night in this heat because it's getting warm again.
I'm baking in here.
I got a heat warning on my PC earlier on. I'm sure you probably got it as well. There's a couple of songs that I played on CBW radio in the morning show. That one was a request. In fact, maybe a couple of them have been requests. Was a band from the 90s, and I don't know whether what you describe them as, but it's like a new sort of punk ska. I don't know, a ska punk reggae rock. I think that says rock anyway. My writing is just not great. It's a band called Rancid, and if you know the song, if you hear it again, you'll probably hear it on my show at one point in the future.
Okay.
I might play it tomorrow. You never know. It even was a UK hit in '95. It's called Time Bomb, and it's so ska-like in the rhythm, and quick and stuff. And the other one along those lines was the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Now, I was reading something about them because they apparently are still doing it or something. Are they still going?
I think they. I think they are. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think they probably are.
But they're American, are they not?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
But this single got to number 12 in the UK in '97. It's called "The Impression That I Get."
Okay.
Which again, it's got like two different beats to it actually, but it really gets into it really fast and furious, which I do love. And I may play it at some point, even not today, tomorrow, maybe the next day. And a couple of other songs I wasn't as familiar with, but I've made a note of them. Was a band called Sublime, and a song called Bad Fish, which is a ska punk reggae, but not a hit, in the States, from the album 4 Ounces to Freedom. 40 Ounces to Freedom, sorry. Unless it's 40 Oz. I think it's 40 ounces. And the band are called Sublime. And one other one, which was a band called Real Big Fish, and the song was Beer.
Now, you've played that recently.
Have I?
I think. That rings a bell.
Hopefully, yeah. Some of these other ones, hopefully you'll get to like as well. I'm sure you would like them.
I'm sure I would. I just don't know them as, yeah.
No, like the Guns of Navarone and 007, the Scarter Lights, as you now call them. And I'm going to now call them. It's one of those where I used to call him John Fogerty for years. And then we went to see him live, and he introduced his sons as Fogerty. So I have to say that now, which is fine. And yeah, I think we've done them all, haven't we? Really?
Let me ask you one quick question.
Yes.
Why do you think there is such a link between this ostensibly black music and punk, which is ostensibly very not?
That's a very good question. And you could argue, yeah, I know that Stinks has had this discussion before. This little debate. He was talking about Tom Robinson Band, didn't he? Because he
talks about them a lot.
He does. I mean, they were very rock against racism, weren't they? And
they were, yeah.
Very angry. I don't know. Maybe is it the Jamaican side of things? I mean, is that too simple?
I don't know. There must be something in the way that punk is played physically that either the relief is to play on the offbeat or the upbeat, so that you, instead of that intense strumming, you get a physical relief from playing differently.
Do you think? Are you saying then that the punk as a genre had quite a large black audience, listening audience?
I don't think it did. I think it was.
No, I'm not sure it did. It may have developed because of their lyrics and the fact that they were so anti racism, and all the bad things that were happening with the welfare state or the employment or the streets, whatever, the unemployed, whatever, and that sort of
So the two
resonated with.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking shit, basically. I mean, that's all I do.
Well, you're getting in
We know.
practice for next week. That's what's going on.
Yeah, next week's going to be hilarious because we've already discussed this. Next week on the show, we're going to have the three of us on, and we're not going to have any theme for the show. And we're just going to start the show. I'll probably introduce something at the start, and we'll just take it from that and see where it goes. Whether we can be very clever and end up at the end of the podcast back on the same subject as the one we started with, as a full circle.
Like every good comedian.
Yes, that would be hilarious and very, very clever. So very unlike us. So we're probably not going to do that. So Scar, I think we've covered Scar. Let me know if you want it. If you're around tomorrow, let me know if you want it.
I'm really pleased we did it because, like, having done the background into it, it was really interesting.
Good. And Stinks can listen to it at his leisure when he wants to, and he might learn something.
You never know.
Learn something. Like Madness is one of the only Scar bands of the main artists.
Yeah.
He'll be upset. He won't talk to us again.
Life's a beach, eh?
Life is a beach, yes. Right. Oh, thank you very much, Jazzy Jeff, and as well, welcome as ever with an interesting and a wonderful introduction to the show, as we said. A round of applause for Jazzy Jeff for his introduction on the ska and the history of ska, it's how it originated, how it developed into different genres, and how they all link together. And we learned which bands are which of those particular ones as well, which is something I didn't know a lot of the time.
Every day is a school day.
Every day is a school day. So as I said, let me know if you want anything tomorrow for the show, or Friday. And no doubt there'll be some ska songs in there. I might put a few in if I got room. There's a lot of requested for tomorrow, actually, but I'll manage. This podcast will be posted to the usual places over the coming days, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And you never know, maybe we won't get booted out by the BBC after tonight.
After this week's performance, we are shoehorned in, I reckon.
I think we are, definitely. I wonder what the link is between having a successful non-BBC on the phone
If only we could work that one out, eh?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. But so all I've got left to say is tune in to me tomorrow morning if you want to, 8 o'clock on CBW Radio until 1. But in the meantime, it's a good night from me.
It's a good night from him.